brokerage firms at the time. And so, being a financial advisor, being in finance was really my whole life for 16 years. But at some point, it just lost its appeal. The fact that money was the driving force, and it just lost its interest. That was my goal. It was all about money. The goal was money. You're working for money, and so my dream since a child was never to be that. My dream as a child was always to be like a hero, like a superhero, to basically, provide value to others in a way that they feel better about themselves. So during this time, I'm trying to find a path of, something to do with my life. And, it was failure after failure after failure. At one point I became a car salesman. At one point I was going to open up a food truck with about rice balls and stuffed burgers. Another time I wanted to be a life coach. Another time I was going to, get a magazine about dating and sell ads and, all these far-fetched plans that happened. But obviously none of them ever took place. I'm like, I guess I'm just stuck doing this, forever. But all of a sudden, during that time when I was, I was just sitting on the couch, because a lot of people will ask me like, well, during this time when you discovered your path, it must have been like an amazing way. And I'm like, nah, it wasn't amazing at all. I was just sitting on my recliner watching TV, feeling miserable. And I stumbled onto a TV show called The Dog Whisperer with Cesar Millan. And the only reason why I stopped to watch the show was because there was a particular dog that caught my attention. It caught my eye. And I wasn't a dog lover at all. I had a dog at that point. It was a Shih Tzu poodle, little Shih Tzu poodle named Peanut. And so, I had a dog, but it wasn't like I could say like I was a dog lover or an animal lover in general. But this dog just caught my attention. It was like a bluish red coat. It just, I don't know, something about him just caught my eye. So I started watching the show just because I wanted to get glimpses of this dog. And the more I watched the dog, the more I wanted to see glimpses of the dog, the more I started watching all other episodes of the show as well. During this time, I'm watching the show. I'm also starting to listen to what's going on during the show. And so I'm learning that the dog that I was infatuated with just so happened to be a pit bull. So I'm watching this show, the guy on the show, Cesar Millan, was actually explaining and teaching me the reality of pit bulls and Rottweilers. And so I was not only learning about that, but I was learning about like dogs in general. And so I'm like, let me just try some of this crap out. See if, if this guy's just a TV show, whatever. And my dog Peanut was almost perfect to begin with, but there was some areas that I could improve on. So I practiced some of the things that I was learning. I'm like, damn, this guy really knows what he's talking about. So I'm continuing to watch the show purely for entertainment purposes. But for some reason, we go back to God. He was putting this stuff into my mind and putting this stuff into my soul. And so all of a sudden, I just had a brilliant idea. I want to make Peanut a therapy dog. And this was based on one of the shows that I had seen, the Dog Whisperer episodes. So, and again, Peanut was perfect. So, whatever. And it kind of like was a blessing because I was going to like churches, nursing homes, hospitals, schools, and Peanut was just perfect. Like he would just put smiles on people's faces. And when we walk into like the nursing homes, especially, that was my